So next up, we'll be checking out Lancer Lore SSC, the anime mechs Gucci and Genetics from Zaktact. I'm sorry. The anime mechs, sure. Genetics, sci-fi, sure. Gucci. I know this is one of the megacorps. I know things can get weird in Lancer, and I know it's surprisingly a hopeful universe where people are generally not absolutely terrible, and even if some things can be existential with Raw, it's not trying to break your brain with fundamentally horrible shit. I'm reminding myself of this because I do forget Lancer is not a crapsack world. The Gucci part feels weird, though. Not sure how weird, so I'm just going to leave a like right now and jump into this.
See, Smith Shimano Corpro, Anime Mechs,
Oh, it's
Gucci,
the anime mech set.
and Eugenics.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, there's not really a way around that third one. No, dystopian stuff. Here we go. So out of the
Yeah, something. Oh, this is the dystopian one. Something.
big four manufacturers, the lore side of the big four, you end up having the second oldest manufacturer out of the bunch. Even before IPSN, SSC had a beaten an age.
I wonder how many times this group gets compared to Arasaka. Probably quite a bit, actually.
Namely because it was founded on Cradle. Of all places, Cradle. And while it definitely changes what its main priority is, manufacturing-wise, as it develops, amongst the time that's GMS, it's a lot of the private things. Namely in EVA suits and hard suits.
Oh.
So where GMS would be your general mass goods, and IPSN over here would be all your industrial equipment, especially when it comes to space and space stations, you'd go over to Smith Shimano and SSC to have your private spacesuit made. Or your private space station, or if you're rich and famous, just to have your own private, I don't know, outpost on a moon.
Okay, I thought he was about to say your own private, we just build a moon. For all I know, that might actually be a higher tier, but sure, they go personalized stuff. Have they made cities that are also suits? I mean, with mechs, why not?
Everything custom made of the finest quality in the SSC logo. So as they began to develop further, they began to specialize a lot less on just general ships and structures, as IPSN dominated that market, and instead they went more into the hard suit avenue, so personal devices you'd wear on yourself, or cybernetics, or any kind of enhancements you'd need. And along that,
considering I just made the Arasaka comment, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
That was developing the ontological bridge,
right?
Which if you know what you're playing as, pilots and lancers, you need that to pilot your mech.
Oh!
SSC is the top.
How do they consider ontological? The word technically has a meaning, but I've seen so many uses of it that are just like, sure, we'll consider that how you're using it. I'm not sure what they mean it as.
Brand when it comes to any kind of mind-to-machine interface. So much so that in the first expansion period, they just kept going and going, heading towards D Corp as their main priority. The entire post-human operation. Take a human mind, move it into machine body, and live on after that. Beyond humanity. Quite the large goal for just a...
And they're probably really not liking Raw then, and the Arasaka comments just get more and more accurate. Soul Killer, anyone? They're probably the antagonist of this entire setting, aren't they? More than Raw. Also, according to Martin, the biggest mechs are only the size, the biggest they can build are the gates. Aren't the gates huge, though? I thought they were legitimately huge.
Corporation, but again, it's a megacorp. Though what helped with that was it had a lot of private funding from high-end people within Union. Though something would come along and kind of put a halt to all those D Corp and Ascension operations.
Considering that Raw is putting the entire transhuman movement on notice, but then humans put a lot of the envy, like the mech Ascension on notice, it almost seems like they're balancing each other out so they don't leave their shells or something. Ooh, also, Sturk, I'll pull this up. One, thank you very much, too. It didn't load. Eventually it will. I wasn't here for the beginning of the stream. I was at, ooh, Comic-Con, nice. Tadic, yes, right at the end of the stream, because I'm pretty sure it'll fuck me up pretty badly.
It's Raw.
It's Raw.
It's Raw.
Of course it's Raw.
Namely after the Siege of Mars and what Union had to sign in the First Contact Accords, which have a lot of other things tied to it, but the two big you need to know one right now is just don't study Raw directly, and two, no attempts at decorporealization. So no uploading of a human mind into a machine. It's
because at that point you're putting a human mind into a machine, and the machine could also become beyond itself. Then you're putting a human into that, and you got a lot of bad shit going on there. I wonder if Raw is just the first one that happened to.
It's not that they could do it around this time. There's a lot of flaws with it, just creating homunculus, which again is another topic.
What?
But still privately being developed in secret on black sites. To varying effects. But in any sense, the first contact chords
Oh, that was from RoboCop, wasn't it?
and
Yeah.
the Siege of Mars kind of put a stop to
Also, Turkey has copyright music? Well, yeah, that's good to know. Thanks for the heads up.
everything SSC was doing in the human and machine mind operations. But they still had that goal in mind of human ascension. Though this time they just had to get around the machine part of it. So they decided to go for a more natural route.
Ah, so they went less cyberpunk horror and more body horror.
A eugenics program! There's a... Oh, it only goes downhill. That's already not a good pitch.
Wait, this was the upside. Yeah, they're definitely the bad guys, aren't they?
Though as this went on, they went to found the Constellar Worlds and the Constellar Congress. Though, while the genetic operations
Constellar?
cloning, especially under Setcom's liberal cloning policy,
Really?
helped SSC move up quite a bit amongst the big four, it's become a less
Palatable?
prominent thing within the general view of SSC. The common view of SSC to your average citizen nowadays is just luxury goods. You know, your Gucci, Supreme, Ferrari, any brand name that the
Is Supreme still fancy? Like, I know it's like the meme of it's literally nothing different except the name, and the name is what sells it. But are they actually any good beyond just the name? Or is it one of those you're buying the name and nothing else products? I don't know, because I don't buy fancy shit. If I have to buy $10 worth of shirts and there's not a pack of 5 of them for it, I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
name itself is part of the value. Though as we're talking about that, they're goods. We'll start with the, physical things first. So when we're talking about those luxury products, it goes from any number of things, not just hard suits, EVA suits, and all those sorts of...
Okay, this is going to be a weird question, but since we're talking about hard suits and how luxury they can get, how crazy are the rules in Lancer for hard suits specifically? Like, at what point are you just wearing a mech more than a regular mech itself to pilot it? Like just a lobotomized mech. It seems like there's probably a line where it's really hard to tell which side you're on, which might be fun in its own right. Go full Gurren Lagann and wear a mech inside of a mech. Also, Duck mentioned it's pretty much dead. Still want the MG Gundam Supreme version. Wait, there's a Gundam Supreme? You know what? I shouldn't be surprised, but I still am. Also, according to Martin, hard suits are kind of basic.
mind-body connections. They do still work on cybernetics, but also all those private genetic manipulation, gene-altering post-birth. Quite a popular thing in SSC, quite a popular brand amongst that.
Post-birth. Oh, so it's like, I want to make this change to myself now, post-birth. Oh. Pre-birth is like you grow into it. Post-birth is, it's just bio-modding at that point.
Valued for their stable lines, which we'll talk on, but you also then have just equipment. Cars, vehicles, buildings, ships, hard suits, even chassis. SSC is really popular amongst the baronies, especially their chassis for that reason. Because even in modern times, you have GMS acting as the baseline for everything. SSC is prioritizing itself on its luxury, its fine class, its artistry and craftsmanship. To the point that, put it this way, they view printing and the OmniNet and the transport of goods and code over that as a necessary evil to actually function on this scale, but if they can, as in if there's a physical campus within your system, they'd rather prefer to privately commission your product. Have it manually built, tested, looked over, and delivered to you.
Oh, they actually go full on old school on this. How do they even build some of the detail? Sci-fi stuff, don't ask it. Got it.
More and more of that value for the individual craft. Not to mention printing-wise, they limit the number of total prints they give out. Artificial value isn't that grand. But really, anyone buying SSC is just kind of that wine snob variety. You know, like, oh, where'd you get your fancy wine?
Oh god, I remember this. This is from early Trash Taste. And the thing is, he then reacted to this in the yearly end, where Connor said he doesn't know how he made this face. He doesn't remember why he made this face. He was surprised to everyone else when he saw the video, and this became the meme face of the most British Brit you can imagine Britting. but it fits perfectly.
Watch from, well, you see, it was made by this private smith within this sector just one over. It took 80 years for it to get here. Yeah. So it's either that end of things when it comes to SSE products.
But not just the artificial scarcity. A lot of the things when it comes to high value, completely legitimate and not in any way fungible products is the story behind it. Who's making it is as important as who's buying it, is as important as how it's made. The story sells it. It is the value as much as the product itself. In other words, it could be a shit product, but if who's making it, who it's sold to, and how it was made to be shit are very interesting, it can still be a high value product. I'm talking about fine art here, but it does apply to a lot of other things.
Products or the real big, like, biotic or cybernetic enhancement kind of individuals.
How crazy do they get there?
If you don't want your body to reject a genetic change, a cybernetic change, SSC has a quality standard. They're quite high, low rejection rate out of everything else in the competition. Maybe sabotage, maybe Eugenics program behind it and experimentation, but it's quality. Though we've danced around a bit with their physical products, the Constellar worlds.
I have no idea what these
so
are.
Where IPSN had Argo Navis and Horus was everywhere.
Yeah.
SSC's kind of spread between a number of planets and systems, though they are kind of weirdly unified within a virtual reality called the Constellar Congress.
Oh.
An entire palatial
Oh, so they have fashion-like communications for virtual then. Okay.
space making up the entire construct. Though, they did used to have a physical place during the first expansion period. Actually, the entire Constellar Congress is particularly based off a building there called Opal. Opal itself was the first world that they colonized during the first expansion period, but after some civil conflict, left entirely uninhabitable.
There is a very big hole in the world, sir. Also, did he just ultra... Okay, it's a different planet altogether. Or it's a different side of it, because it looks like there's a different mass line. Damn.
With the company that sole focus was on human and machine mind interfacing, cloning, genetic alteration, and cybernetics,
they got hit by Raw, didn't they? Ooh. Oh, also, T-Cool, I'm going to pull this up. When it eventually loads. Thank you for upgrading the membership. That's awesome. Thank you very much. And everyone has FTL comms. That is what the OmniNet is. Oh. Okay, that makes sense then. For some reason, I was thinking the OmniNet is literally just like a text protocol to send packets. That's the internet. That's literally what the internet is. I am an idiot. Wow.
Number of things that could have happened on that planet to do that. We don't know what happened there, but in a way that's waiting for it to be filled out or for you to fill in your games.
Again, I think the Arasaka comparisons work out pretty well here. Oh dear God.
It's a fun opportunity. But anyway, this VR place and the planets themselves, and the reason people might prefer to live there than the planets. Because it is true, most of the citizens within the Constellar worlds consider the Congress their actual life. Not in the sense of like confusing which one's real and which one's not, just preferring to put their investments within that versus real life. This is a part of that eugenics program with the usual, you know, arranged marriages, altering the water supply, effects in community, infrastructure, societal changes, and just all the overhead manipulation of individual people. You also have the fact that each of these planets is in an extreme, or at least houses extremes.
Extremes?
Put it this way, 40k wide.
Like, are we talking extreme poverty, extreme wealth, extreme temperatures, extreme gravity, or is it just like Panopticon, you have 5 feet. That's your life. Live with it.
They saw Catachan and said, yes, we want Catachan jungle fighters. So
oh, we're talking this level of extreme. Okay, not the comparison I thought I would ever see in Lancer, but okay.
So we're going to put a population of humans here and force it to happen. Not actually, though, honestly, Catachan could exist with the Constellar, but it's a good example of what they're trying to do. I say trying, they've actually been doing it. Because yes, you have post-birth genetic alterations, but those are unstable. Even some of the pre-birth ones are unstable, where it needs some kind of management over on and again.
So you can adjust your genetics, but it does change. And that is a very disturbing bit of art.
But SSC, they're like, okay, our more natural process of alteration is just forceful eugenics program. Thousands of years on worlds of extreme climates forcing human populations to have adapted or gone in a certain direction. To the point that it's really big colonial firms that buy out a lot of their genetic product. Oh, that's the point. Not people. They don't sell the people. Probably should have said that.
I was kind of wondering, but I didn't want to say anything because YouTube. Okay.
In fact, it's even made a point in the book that SSC's marketing has to say they don't sell people, they sell potential. Which...
that sounds like people, but with extra steps involved. Oh, probably because it's people with extra steps involved.
If your marketing team has to
Being
specifically
told that's
say,
XCOM art?
we don't
Maybe.
sell people...
What's worse, that this is a hopeful, generally good world where one of the mega corporations has to, in their lore, so we don't sell people. And my first thought is, if you need to say that, you probably need to say that because you did. Maybe that's what happened on the world that got destroyed.
You might already be having a bit of a problem. But these colonial firms do a lot of their fire and forget colonization with just small crews, AI automation, and, you know, artificial births and cloning. So why not just pick a planet in the Constellar worlds that's close to the planet you're trying to inhabit? Why adjust it through?
And that's probably why people really like going into the VR space, because IRL would be a hellscape. Yeah, that would do it.
Terraforming when you can get a human population that can already handle it. This makes up probably around 60% of all SSE funds. It says a majority. It doesn't give an exact percentage, but the fact that that makes a majority of SSE's funds, well, namely the genetic side of things, but still.
How much is
it's
the
not
majority?
just the colonial firms, the healthy genetic material.
Hey, Battlestar Galactica reference. Nice.
Is also meant for medical military applications and private use.
Ed. Corporate state power comes from cultivation of best fit healthy genetic material for colonial projects, medical imaging. They're talking about the YouTube won't like anything he says next options. They are literally the worst.
Nope, that's not good. That's not good. Whenever you're talking about clones and genetic material, that's
We don't sell people. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They just said more. And I think the people who are very much into it, apparently. Okay.
that's not a good miscellaneous section to leave there.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the main one. It's one of the times where I'm like, you know what? Military application seems like the safer option in this world. Oh, God.
That just cannot mean many good things. Especially with Setcom's very, very liberal cloning.
Is that machine or meat around it? Oh, the answer is both, isn't it? Oh, it's both.
Policies and human alteration programs, that can't be good. But we're in third com, so that's probably been toned down a bit. Though it's not just...
What was that little disclaimer right there? Did you know? No, that's an important disclaimer. What was that?
So that's probably been toned down a bit.
A wink for not much. One of the things Union has a stance against, but still allows under the table, that if you're not just going through the rampant black market production in the first place to the gray. Oh, God. I'm just going to pull up a few comments here because I think this is exactly where I'm at right now. Oh, God. The White Glove Society has never and will never eat human flesh. That's really good to know. They don't sell people because they don't consider clones people. Yeah, to be fair, it doesn't sound like they consider anyone people. Yeah, with a lot of risk reward, and they removed that, got rid of a huge character customization and pre-made units. Oh, this is probably for the game you're talking about up here. Yeah, I don't remember where it was at. You were talking about it before, though. Yeah, Mech 2. Feels like Frostpunk more than Mech. I don't know what that is, but yeah. From Endless Space 2. I don't know that game.
Though it's not just relying on these individual populations, SSC has the equivalent of... They call it a diplomatic corps, but it's more salesmen. Or cult leaders. Cult leaders are also a vibe it gives off.
So, no difference?
because they go out of the Constellar worlds, they find different populations with interesting genetic lines, and just say, hey, come on, join SSC, join the Human Ascension program, and sign away your entire lineage genetic profiling and liberty. And you might be assuming that they'd just be shot, or booted off world, no one would listen. But that's the reason that the Constellar security forces come along with them. And not just like, oh, a few bodyguards, it's, oh, you have an entire small navy in orbit, army also there, and chassis and lancers. That's,
These are definitely the villains, aren't they? Wow, can you imagine something being labeled as the Gucci of space being evil? I'm not sure I'm picking on Gucci for this one. I just felt like it, but yeah. Also, Purple Magnetar mentioned it's Mech 2 is Mechanicus 2. Okay.
Okay, where do we sign? Though even when you leave this...
In other words, very normal historical precedents. I'm looking at you, literally what happened in Hawaii. Except they said no, and then it went exactly like you think it did.
Space, which they do leave for other reasons as well, even those forces are directly picked. As in, it's not just for your skill or the certain lines that you're able to go out and fight, it's the fact that even the Constellar worlds, there are people particularly chosen and led in their program for military use and application. Congrats, your entire family line has been leading up to you being a Lancer, or a soldier, or a captain, and you've been sent out on the security detail both to act as force, but also advertisement. Because every citizen that's outside of the Constellar worlds from an SSC is an advertisement for the company.
In other words, they're probably incredibly bulky and muscular when they want to show that. They're probably very lithe and flexible when they want to show that. And they're probably all exceptionally beautiful because they want to make it look advertisable. Got it.
That's, okay.
We don't sell people. People just happen to buy us.
Whew. But usually as well, they're sending certain forces out to specific combat scenarios.
So I'm being told by Magnetar, here, let's pull this up right here. SSC is the subtle villain, where Hanson Armories is the more overt one. Honestly, they were so overt, I was wondering if they were just kind of the asshole starter boss who you just deal with. And then SSC is the one who you find out more and more about. It's like, Raw probably wants to murder them. Like, the more I'm learning about them, the more I'm like, they literally seem like Raw was talking to them first, and everyone else got included for good measure. And they sell symbiotes. Oh, of course they do.
They have them specifically adjusted for the environment they're already heading to. You need a bunch of troops to be able to fight in 0G or on stations? Don't worry, we've had people in stations for millennia. Moons within gravity, garden worlds, just with no technological support. It just varies in wide variety of just extreme locations and environments set up both on artificial stations, moons, and planets. You can kind of get why they prefer to just live at the Constellar Congress, just in VR the whole time. Not to mention tech-wise, that is the best kept virtual reality and integrated.
Really?
It's not put on masks and some hand
Wait, because they do the mind-brain interface. So they're probably perfect. It's more like Ghost in the Shell level of integration, huh?
handles. It's, I'm going to lock in Matrix style to a specific port that only SSC has. You can't tap into it anywhere in the OmniNet. You need to have this specific interface within a physical SSC campus.
That sounds like it's very much a goal for hackers to just work around on a hardware level. Oh. Ooh, also, I'm just going to pull up your comment. And Ra, aren't military cores the lesser evil? Ryan Kelly Comedy shows companies that target civilians are the darkest companies. Lockheed, Boeing, Nestle. Yeah. Nestle, man. I mean, Nestle in there is just a thing. Although, to be fair, Lockheed and Boeing are first and foremost explicitly military companies that do other things. Then there's Nestle. Yeah. I need to watch more Ryan Kelly comedy. I feel like I should be absolutely horrified by reality soon.
The point that there are multiple NHPs looking over it. Now, SSC cares about the Congress a lot. You also have the Constellar Midnight program, which is the secret police, secret agent side of the security forces. I mean, one of the proposed missions in the book is to go to an active war zone and kidnap someone from the Ionic people. Isn't that fun? Though?
Seriously? Like, that's one of the missions you get. Kidnapping a religious and political leader, not for anything to do with the war itself, but because the individual has a unique trait only found in Aniak space, an opportunity for new genetic stock. We don't sell people. Remember that. Keep saying that. We have a gun to your head. You didn't hear anything else, right? Good. I'm glad we agree. Oh, God.
Though, finally, onto the chassis, which its themes.
Oh, yeah. We're now only getting to the big thing that Lancer in general will be caring about now.
Butterfly and moths. Naming-wise, that is. We're gonna have a lot of weeb stuff going on. First off, Black Witch. Do you like...
I wonder which one of them is going to be called Storm Mountain.
Magnets, throwing things around.
Or is it Heavy Mountain? I don't remember the exact direct literal translation of Arasaka anymore, but something mountain.
Parrying bullets, having resistance to all kinetic damage out the gate.
What?
It's all about specifically throwing mechs around, throwing bullets around, and just stopping hacking. That's not necessarily the magnet theme directly, but a lot of its license involves just stopping tech attacks.
Oh.
So if you want to crowd control and stop debuffs, Black Witch is your gal. And Death's Head.
What?
Meet the sniper. Reroll range.
Oh! Yeah, they put the sniper from TF2 on it. I wonder what's with the little hands, though. Am I the one who thinks that's weird? Also, it very much is a non-copyrighted Tachikoma here. That's all I can see.
Attacks. Have bonuses to ranged attacks. Stop, focus, get a better shot off from a distance. Oh hey, that's a railgun! I mean, really, that's its whole shtick. This one doesn't really have any, like, anime, weeby-esque, like, strange abilities. Well, except for one. Not really, but...
What?
Within just one license level of this, you have a system upgrade that allows you to walk on walls. And why that's important is for
It's literally a spider tank. I guess it does whatever spider tank does.
this reason. Now the Duskwing. Okay, now we get into the weeb stuff. And the reason
Is it doing 6-arm judo?
say that is because this is a size half mech.
What?
Meaning it's just power armor. This is a ninja suit. It is. It's a ninja suit that's invisible on its turn. It hovers all the time, so it never needs to touch the ground. So really,
It's just a ghost. It's a mech suit ghost. Okay.
just a Dragon Ball fight. Dash over here, you see them make one strike. There's another dash, they're over here, they strike again.
Oh my
and they're just
God.
always in the air fighting things. So on top of that as well, it's all about illusions, projections, which, not just in the tech sense,
Oh, they have after images. Good to know. It's literally going full Dragon Ball.
it's not forcing you to see something digitally. I mean, it partially is, but it's also paracausal.
What?
Because a lot of the tech from this is from the Died? That Metavault expedition, which was a lot of flavor text within the chassis itself talking about expedition, and man, you don't know what's real.
What?
So, you know, throw a smoke bomb down, there's 3 of them everywhere, they're
I wonder if he has a video specifically about that expedition, because that sounds like it should be fascinating.
teleporting between different holograms, also just appearing everywhere and attacking you. It's all the ninja stuff. It's the ninja weeb. Now the metal mark. It's a good...
I'm sorry. I see the sword, I see the gun, but with how the gun is created, I'm wondering if the gun is also a sword. Actually, yeah, no, sure. That sounds actually like a good idea. If you can build it strong enough and you don't need to worry about excessive weight because it's a machine carrying it, why not?
In between...
Also, I'm being told by Magnetar, Horus also has some tech from the expedition, specifically the cognito hazard of the Gorgon. Wait, Horus had to get tech from the expedition. Oh.
It's got hooves. But no,
Oh, yeah.
it's range, close quarters. It's all about a weird mix of the two. Diving
Also a knife. It just also has a knife.
in and out of combat, hitting you with range from a distance, then jumping in with a knife. A lot of passive burn effects as well, both in the mix of grappling and every
Really?
time you just hit someone.
Why is it doing EDM or some kind of music with the kitty earphones? I feel I'm missing a joke here.
It's also kind of the main line fighting. Well, I mean, there's the exception of the Midnight program using a lot of the Duskwing or its private security forces, but yeah, when you see Everest out as the main line for a lot of Union forces, you end up seeing Metal Mark for a lot of the main SSC forces.
Oh.
Though also, I
I wonder how he's used to steal these mechs off people. Excuse me. Seems like it would be a nice choice.
want to mention in the description of one of the knives that you get for the print,
Yeah.
describes that if it's ever lost, the only way to reprint it is to send and write a specific apology to the designer to be allowed to.
These are one of the licenses you just want to rob. Like, utterly rob them. Like, literally having to send an apology letter because you lost a knife. That's a level of dickish that honestly makes perfect sense for the very much definitely not evil corporation that values artificial scarcity and artificial people.
Print it again.
Value is a very loose word in everything I just said.
Specifically labeling that you apologize for losing it and how you lost it, and that you dishonored them.
Oh my god.
It's so ridiculous, I love it. And the Monarch! So Monarch, missile. Do you want more missiles? Do you want rockets? Do you want to dip your toe in this license to get more missiles and rockets? It's the Monarch.
Is it bad that I kind of love the idea of it? Just like missiles everywhere. It's like, I don't want to like anything they make, but I kind of like this.
It's all about buffing launcher-based weapons. Things that are either coming off your shoulder, your mainline weapon, rockets just strapped to your back, setting up a bombardment ahead of time to fall onto the battlefield, like tracking with these different missiles so they can go and weave between doors, windows, and buildings to hit someone just in the right spot.
God damn.
If you want to be a living barrage coming down on someone, it's the Monarch. Oh, man. And if you thought the Duskwing was weeby.
What?
Morning Cloak. Okay, so Morning Cloak.
So I just need to ask, this thing it's carrying, is that a fishing lure? Like, the entire time I've been looking at that and going, it looks like a fishing lure. Either that or it's like a pike for mountain hiking. I don't think that's what they're doing, but it looks like a fishing lure. That's all I've been thinking this entire time. I know it's wrong, but it's in my mind, damn it.
Play the clip.
What?
Morning Cloak's all about hitting you with melee attacks and teleporting. So it teleports.
Oh, hell! Oh, I actually like this. Why did I have to like this?
It's behind you and hits you. I mean, it really is that. It's the teleports behind you meme, just entirely in a mech. And it's got the super crazy tropes, the strange wings behind it, the fact that it's ripping a hole in space-time, and also that its blade isn't actually that wire there.
What?
There's a molecule-thin blade that is magnetically held by that beam.
Oh my god, it's a monomolecular blade. We've actually heard concepts of that. Theoretically, you can actually do that IRL right now with some particles. It's just not worth it. But you can. It's just, yeah.
So when you slice something, they don't see it until the cut is seen.
Although the problem being that if you make a cut, it has to be, you know, wide enough that this is what's breaking it open. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, unless it's a really thin cut, that's just actually weird because this would also have to go through them so you would see the cut. I'm overthinking this.
It's the whole, again, the invisible swipe, and then the target just explodes or begins to slide off. So yes, it's all those swords, teleports behind you tropes, but its teleporting isn't the most accurate. It's even described that as kind of based off stolen tech from Onic people, but how to put it, it's not the most reliable and kind of still in testing.
How much tech do the Onic people have? Because I was under the impression they had enough that people want stuff, but I'm not sure how crazy it is. I know it was mentioned, but I don't think it was gone into huge detail.
So mechanically, you roll 3 dice for it, and then you can move up to the number of spaces that the dice is giving you.
Now, here's my question. How much dice do you normally get in movement? I do not know. Also, Martin, suspend disbelief. This can break dimensions, and sword is the least of your issues. I refuse. I will be absolutely pedantic about the most normal things possible in a world of magic and fantasy. Thank you very much.
However, if you
also the Onic are the rivals peers all of Union.
You roll all 3 of the same number, you go somewhere.
Oh.
And this isn't just for a single turn of like, oh, sorry, I just have to give up this turn. It's, oh no, I ripped a hole in space-time, and I'm just gone somewhere till a rest. You're gone for that combat.
Oh.
Or actually until you can get to a rest, which might be even longer after. Which is really funny. Just the, don't worry guys, watch this. Have this blade pose, dashing around a hole.
It would be kind of funny if you used that as the, so our entire team party wiped and you're technically the only one left. So now we're going to have to get new players on where you're at. I wonder how many people have used that option.
They dash through it. You imagine then someone's going to be cut and exploded and then just nothing happens.
Oh
They're
my
just
God.
gone. There's also the flavor text and the fact that it describes the teleport as something traumatic for the mech physically, traumatic for the pilot potentially physically, mentally, and traumatic for anyone around it witnessing it. What is this doing?
What?
What does it look like when it teleports? And now the swallowtail, which is a lot about just staying still, firing off in the distance, moving.
I just realized in the bit of the art right down here, he has a cup of tea with a very big handle on it.
I mean, it's a cloaking tank with legs. While you might have thought that the Death's Head was more that, especially with all the different legs and the larger gun.
Yep.
That's more sniper, as in it doesn't even move much at all, but the swallowtail itself is kind of the lower end of that, as in the more mobile and less direct damage. But it's also about prediction, namely the fact that its core power allows it to predict where things might be, and the way that works is that, hey, someone got shot over there? Roll a 5+ on a dice? Sorry, that was just the simulation. You see, they were actually standing 3 spaces over. You are going to annoy... You are going to annoy the Game Master so much.
I'm wondering how many times the Game Master looks at this and goes, no, or you die first. Ooh, also, I'm going to pull up your comment quickly. One Ringes, thank you very much too. Hi, may I know when you have the plan to watch Lockpicking Lawyer April Fool's compilation April 1st, or closer to our time? I wasn't sure about it just because I wasn't sure if anyone was interested in that. I kind of want to check it out because I heard some of the jokes about it and they sound amazing. Not sure when I'll do it though. Probably just need to add it to the list. No, or find a playlist of just the April Fool's content. I found individual episodes, but not the full ones.
There's also the supplement frames, which we'll be covering in their own, well, whenever we touch on the supplement, but a bit quick fire for you. Metal Gear Revengeance.
What?
Bow. And I Take Your Blood.
What? I'm sorry,
That's
what?
Smith Shimano. Weeby Mechs. Luxury goods and...
I'm sorry, what was the last one? I like my blood inside of me, thank you very much.
Eugenics. And remember, they don't sell people.
So we have found the evil one. Okay. Goddamn. What the actual hell, man? I mean, like, some of the mechs are really cool, but at the same time, having to put up with that company is just sitting there going, oh boy. Just the apology letters alone. You can have a lot of fun with this as a DM, though, because you just put the most absurd requirements on your players and just say, yes, but you get this mech, and here's everything you need to do to keep it in service. Oh, God. Oh. That's absurd, and I love every second of this. Basically what I'm saying is, if you guys haven't already, there's a link below to the original video. I need to check out more Lancer. I need to do more of Zaktact videos. There's just so much here. I love it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.